Hello, my name is Delaney, and I'm a consultant at the KU Writing Center. Today, I'm going to talk to you about revising and editing and some strategies for you to improve these skills. For consultations, if you schedule an appointment with us, make sure you bring all the materials related to your project, the assignment sheet, your notes, your draft, anything your instructor has suggested, and anything else you think would be helpful. For today's agenda, we're going to discuss the writing process in general, the challenges of revision, tools for revision, and for editing. Writing is a process that is individual, meaning that everyone's process is different. It's nonlinear, meaning that the circle is not exact. You may go back and forth between the different stages, meaning you may research, draft, research again, revise, draft again, etc. It's flexible, meaning that aspects of the process might take more or less effort depending on the genre of assignment that you have. Finally, it's social. Writing is often considered an isolated activity, but you can work with others and talk with others at every stage of the writing process. The Writing Center can certainly help at any stage, but you can also talk to librarians for help in your research. You can talk to your peers as you draft and edit, and you can brainstorm topics with your instructor in office hours. Why is revision challenging? Well, for one, familiarity with the content binds us a little bit. There's a sort of fatigue that comes from thinking so deeply about the content. There may also be some discomfort associated with the writing process in general. Revision literally means revision. We're re-seeing our work. When we revise our work, we think about the big picture aspects of our paper, like content, argument, organization, support, etc. The goal of revision is to acknowledge how accurately you are supporting your argument in line with the requirements of the assignment. The assignment is your direction. As you revise, you want to consider how effectively you are completing the goals of the assignment. It is your responsibility to make sure you understand the assignment clearly, but you can discuss any lingering concerns with a writing consultant or your instructor. When revising for content, keep in mind your thesis needs to be supported, which means that every paragraph and sentence needs to connect back to the thesis in some way. Consider where your evidence is. Do you need more of it in a paragraph? Consider your analysis. Is your analysis not as strong? How can you offer your reader a clearer analysis of your evidence? A good rule of thumb is to go from evidence to analysis to interpretation. You need at least a sentence for each, and if you have 2 sentences of evidence, you need 2 sentences of analysis and 2 for implications. When revising for organization, this is often where students struggle. You have all of the pieces to your puzzle, you just need to put them in order. Revising for organization also means adding and cutting paragraphs or sections though. Many students are reluctant to add or cut their work because it feels like it was done already. But drafting is only one part of the writing process. There's always something you can improve, and it is important to do so for your reader. Any serious changes you make will clarify your work. One strategy for structural revision is reverse outlining. Take your draft and on a separate document, write down the first and final sentence of every paragraph. Do the connections between each paragraph make sense? Does the logic between each paragraph fit? Move things around as you need. Then pay attention to individual paragraphs. Does the logic between sentences work? Ultimately, what you're doing is describing and evaluating each paragraph as a reader, not a writer. With this strategy, you can think of writing like a body. A reverse outline draws out the bones of your paper skeletal frame. You can identify what bones may be out of place and readjust their order. Once the bones are in alignment, you can give attention to the muscles. How do they connect the bones? Do they make sense? The skin wraps up the elaborate details of your ideas and keeps them tightly secured. Remember, don't pack up until the content is just right. How is editing different from revising? Well, editing is often considered the polishing stage of an essay. You can edit a paper to sound formal and academic, but there may be clarity and organizational issues that still exist in your argument. Revising deals with higher order concerns, whereas editing addresses lower order concerns. Editing should often be the last stage of the writing process. Some tips to keep in mind: read and reread, but put some time between you and your draft. If you're reading the same thing again and again in quick succession, chances are you won't catch your mistakes. Read out the draft and read it slowly, marking changes you want to make with a pencil as you go along. You can read the draft sentence by sentence, starting at the end, or you can read it out loud. I have some resources from our website listed here, but your best resources are your peers, your instructor, and the Writing Center. We are here to help you think through your revisions and identify sections that you might need to edit. Thank you.